Hey, what's up guys? This is Josh Dragon here, and welcome back to my LP run for Mega Man 1 on the NES. In this part we're going to be finishing up with the game, but first we're going to be taking on Wily Stage 2, which has some rather difficult platforming sections to it. So I would recommend using either the Mega Buster or the Elect Beam to deal with the helicopter guys here, and then just use the Magnet Beam down here to get across this invisible platform. You'll fall through when you walk over it. And this is Cutman. We're going to be fighting him again and all of the original 6 Robot Masters. Unfortunately, in this game we can't pick the order for fighting them, so we're going to have to deal with them as they come. And we've got 2 of them in this section, and then 4 of them in the final section of the game. I really hate it when they die and they pause the screen like that, so I had to take damage from the rolling cutter there. But, you know, it's an old game, and glitches like that do happen for games this old. For this section, just use the Elect Beam. It's very effective against those robot turrets. And then just walk over the invisible section right here to fight Elect Man. This time you want to get right on top of him and use the rolling cutter. He's very quick with that Elect Beam, so make sure you hit him very quickly with the rolling cutter, and hopefully you won't have any trouble with him. Then just time your jumps right for this part. It helps to be further back away from the edge of the platform. Use the Elect Beam here, it's really useful against these robot guys. And then we're going to use the Magnet Beam to get that extra life. We've done a pretty good job so far. I mean, there's been no deaths in this playthrough, and I'm going to try and keep it that way for as long as I can. Usually I can beat Mega Man 1 on, you know, 1 or 2 lives. That's one of my favorite things to do, is use that Elect Beam to take out all 4 of those robot turrets at the same time. You have to wait until they're all open, otherwise it won't work. Elect Beam is just a great weapon. It just absolutely gets you through the game so fast. And there was a crazy glitch right there. I don't know why that happened. It was like I jumped backwards somehow. Alright, so this is the boss of Wily 2, and surprisingly, it is Mega Man versus himself. So here's how this fight works. You really want to just spam this guy as fast as you can with the Elect Beam. You can use the pause-unpause trick if you want to, but I find that it helps to just kind of watch where he's shooting and then just shoot the beam, you know, really as fast as you can. This can be kind of a hard fight, but, you know, with a very powerful weapon like the Elect Beam, you shouldn't have too much difficulty with it. Still, this guy's no pushover, and I very nearly died here, so I was happy to get through it on 1 life in 1 take. It's a really cool background too. It's almost like a Rubik's Cube effect. And this is level 3, and you can tell by the change in music that we are getting close to the end of the game. This is actually a very, very short level, and not a very hard one either, which is nice. It's kind of like the warm-up for the end, you know, the absolute end of the game. For this part, you can use either the fire weapon or the Elect Beam. They're both extremely useful against most of the enemies in this level. And we'll be getting to a point a little later on in the final level where we can get all this energy, weapon energy back, so don't worry too much if you're going through most of your weapon energy here. This part is a little tricky. The water's going to be pushing you forward, so you want to destroy the penguins with either the Elect Beam or the regular weapon. But once you get to a certain point, you're going to start encountering bullet bills, and you'll know that because there's a long break in the enemies. So don't destroy the bullet bills because they'll explode and they'll hurt you. Just jump over them. Run away from that last one. And now we're going to be taking on the boss of Wily 3, which is the Bubble Machines. This is kind of an interesting boss fight because the first few that you're going to fight have a fairly small amount of energy health, and they don't take that many hits, and they move kind of slowly, so kill the first few of them with the Mega Buster, and once you've taken out about 2 or 3 of them, you can use the blocks in the center of the room with the Guts Arm, and destroy the last few of them with those, because they have progressively more and more health that they can, damage that they can take, and their speed becomes a little bit faster too, so you really don't want to try to fight the last few. Just take those guys out with the blocks. And just like that, we've beaten Wily 3. Alright guys, so this is it, the final stage of the game. For this first part, we're going to want to take out the 3 sets of robot enemies over here. Then climb up the ladder, and we're going to have 3 more of them here on the right hand side of the screen. Just take those guys out. Now there's an energy weapon here, and I would recommend either getting it, replenishing the fire or the elect beam. Either one is a good choice. We're going to be getting the energy back on all of our weapons here, so it doesn't really matter too much. But we don't want to take any damage. That's a really important point here, is try to minimize the damage you take as much as possible, because the section ahead is really difficult, and you want to have as much health going into it as possible. Luckily, I got the little bit of health that I did lose, I got it back, so that wasn't a problem. This is a rather difficult platforming section, so use the magnet beam to get across here. I usually like to wait until the ride gets over to where Mega Man is, and then I'll use the magnet beam to get across. Spam it across so that you can walk onto the ladder rather than trying to jump onto the ladder, and then wait for the ride to come back, and you want it to be going towards you. So then jump down, let it carry you onto the very end of the screen there, and then very quickly get off. When you grab that little cross thing, that will replenish all of your weapon energy, and then the one up there, you can get that too if you want it. I chose to get it. And this is it. We're going to have to face 4 Robot Masters in a row, starting with Bomb Man. Just do the best that you can not to lose the any health that you can. I was trying to get past him without taking any damage, and I managed to do that. Next, switch to the Ice Slasher for Fireman. Fireman is a very tough one to get past without losing health, so just do the best that you can not to get hit too much by his fire weapon. I actually got really lucky on that run. That was a fantastic run against him. And then pull out the Elect Beam, and we're going to be taking out Iceman now. Iceman's not too bad, just kind of stay close to the left-hand side of the screen and then run back into the capsule once you've killed him. Now we have Gutsman, and Gutsman is pretty tough, so you can use the Hyper Bomb if you want to, or you can just try to take him out with a Mega Buster. Either way, do the best that you can to time your jumps so you don't get paralyzed on the ground. And hopefully we can take him out here. He's not an easy one. I took a little more damage than I would have liked, but still managed to get the job done. Now, unfortunately, they don't give you any energy here, which I think is, kind of sucks, to be honest, but we're going to be having to take on Dr. Wily with very little health here. And Dr. Wily is actually not that difficult. There is a rather easy pattern for killing him. I just forgot a little bit about how to do it for the second part. For the first part, just use the fire weapon. It absolutely shreds that little cannon thing that he's got there. And then you want to switch over to the Elect Beam and target this little button that he's got. But I was too low on health and I died. This is my one death in the whole playthrough. I was trying to make it deathless, and I came pretty close, but I just couldn't remember the pattern for the second phase of Wily. So we're going to be trying this again now. Again, just take out the cannon with the fire weapon. Goes down very fast. And then for this part, switch over to the elect beam. And try to get kind of underneath him, and then just spam it up from there. I find that helps a lot, is to not be like way far away from Wily, because the weapon projectile that he shoots kind of spirals around you, and it tends to miss you if you're really close to his vehicle. This is not really a super easy fight because you don't have any E-tanks, so be a little bit on the, cautious side here when you're fighting him, but, if you're patient, you stand right underneath where he is, you probably won't have any real problems with beating him. Just use the elect beam for this part. And just like that, we have beaten the game. Dr. Wily is down and out, and Mega Man has prevailed over his arch nemesis, the evil scientist. Will he be back again? You can better believe it. You better believe he'll be back again. We got another 9 games ahead of us that Mega Man's going to be facing him in. Good God. But even so, I think this is a pretty awesome end for the original game. They even gave us some points. And you'll probably recognize this song as being in the Mega Man 2 intro. I think it's really awesome that they brought this song back again, man. Probably a lot of people have never heard it before outside of that one section because you only hear it at the end of the game for Mega Man 1. It's in a different key or something like that, but I wish they had used this in some of the future games because it's so cool. It's like, to me, this song defines Mega Man, but unfortunately, they decided to scrap it, and I still really feel that the music in the first and second game is by far the best of the series. Not to say that the later games don't have great music, they do, but I just find the music in the original and the second one to be easily the best. And this ending is really good for 1987, in my opinion. I mean, it's pretty creative, Mega Man runs through the mountains into this area. It looks like kind of like Tokyo, and he loses his suit, and his hair looks kind of like Big Boy or something. I think that's a little strange, but I can live with it. Still an awesome game regardless. I don't plan to LP all the games in the Mega Man series because there's just so many of them, and I haven't even played 9 and 10 to this point, so but I will be doing Mega Man 2, which is a game I grew up with and one of my favorites, actually easily my favorite in the original series, and I'm really looking forward to that one. That'll be next. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching my Mega Man 1 LP. I had a great time doing it. I will see you next with Mega Man 2. This is Josh Dragon signing out.